freaking love this show. I love these two the
hello?
most.
Oh, no, we'll do that again. Hello.
I love Brad,
Okay,
dude. Brad's great.
It's getting weird.
Greetings, Earthlings.
But we're going to be doing bread,
feel like I'm
sourdough.
a
We brought along Claire, and she's a little bit more of the professional with the bread making process.
We're not going to use this.
Yeah, we might. And
Little does she know.
So like when you made kombucha,
I really just want, oh God.
you had a SCOBY.
Yes.
So the starter is
Symbiotic
like,
community of bacteria and yeast.
exactly. So starter is
you
to
know?
sourdough as SCOBY is to kombucha.
The life
So
force.
yes, so I have starter here. It is essentially only a mixture of flour and water, but it's been inoculated with all of these yeast and bacteria from the air. You can make starter at home, but I really recommend going to a bakery that you know is doing like nice artisanal loaves and asking for a little bit. I'm sure they'll give it to you.
Make some
Oh,
friends.
sour flavor.
The community. You know, you open up and they will open up to you.
Yeah. Before you bake sourdough, you need to feed the starter. That's something you hear people say. It's like, sounds like they have a pet at home. It's kind of like that.
Kinda.
Essentially what that means is you give it more water and flour. You're going to feed it.
So put the starter in the bowl.
Yeah, but you're only going to use 2 tablespoons. Every time you feed starter, you only need a little bit of starter and then a proportionately much greater amount of flour and water.
The ads, man. Ugh, brutal.
That looks pretty good. Measure
good.
out about 250 grams of water.
250. All right, Vinny, you tell me when. Two what?
250?
257.
That's okay. It doesn't matter as much how much water as long as you add the exact
you
same amount
match
of
it.
flour. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So now give it a stir. The idea here is to break up the starter that's in there and distribute it in the water.
All right.
I feel like bread
And
is
that's why you add
more
water first.
Get
It's
the
just
gang
it's
going.
easier to mix.
Now we're gonna do
fermentable,
57
fermented
grams
knowledge.
Of flour.
257.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, that's bread flour. That's just white bread flour. White flour is good for starter, but what's really good for starter is whole wheat. The yeast and bacteria like to feed on a lot of the things that are in the bran and
We're feeding it a better
germ.
diet.
Yes.
All right, I'm into
A
that.
more rounded diet.
2018.
So we kind of split the difference and go half
that's one
white,
go.
half.
So that's $1.25 and $1.20, 31, 32.
Yeah,
$1.32.
yeah, there you go.
Look at me, huh? Okay.
And you don't need to overmix it. The idea is really just to hydrate the flour.
And it's gonna do its own little funky thing.
Yeah.
So it can look kind of shaggy.
Yeah, just no dry spots. It's a good idea to actually go through a couple of different rounds of feeding before you bake, which like really activates the yeast and bacteria and gets them like ready to go. Tomorrow we're gonna end up using one that I fed a couple different times.
All right, so tune in tomorrow. Oh no, we'll be back here tomorrow. All right, guys, we're back here, day 2 of the sourdough making process. We've noticed it changed a bunch. There's a lot of active bubbles there. And today, what are we gonna be doing, Claire?
So today we're gonna mix the dough with our starter.
Vicky knows she's
so
in the
first thing
video.
we're gonna do is make sure that our starter is ready to go. We test that with something called the float test. And
So
that,
it's fermented enough
Yeah.
in that 12 hours.
yeah.
Oh, she's floating. Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, and that maybe is a little bit of a big piece.
I've been cut.
So it's not enough gas yet, so it's not floating? That's why it's sinking to the bottom. There's not enough gas in it for
not ready.
bacteria,
Sorry, wait
the yeast to make
But
the
that's okay. That's okay because
carbon
Well, that's
dioxide.
good. So
you
that-
have to simultaneously do a step called autolyse. So autolyse basically means you mix all the flour with the water or a portion of the water and let it sit. So autolyse encourages gluten development. We're going to use mostly white flour
Autolyse.
for gluten.
Okay, how much?
Start with 750 of that. We're going to add in some other flours, so it'll be 1,000 grams total. Top it off with another 150 of that's whole wheat bread. Okay, and then the last 100. So this is spelt flour. It just produces cool flavor with the starter.
How much water do we need?
So we're gonna start with 750, and then we're
It's
gonna
8
add a little
o'clock
more
at night.
water later.
I'm tired.
So this is just flour water. We haven't yet added the starter or the salt.
So yeah, we're gonna cover this up, our autolyse, and then we're gonna wait 30 minutes, and we'll check. We'll do another little flow test on the starter.
Autolyse.
Hopefully, we'll be ready to go. Before Vinny came along, we did a little sample and it floated. Maybe we'll do another one for
Yeah.
the sake of security. Place it in the old water. No, it just floated.
Part of me thinks that when you put it down on the counter, it maybe pops some of the bubbles.
Huh.
Boom.
Float.
When Claire does it, of
Yeah.
course it works. Yeah.
Should I grab some of the other starter?
It worked.
It's a little tiny piece.
It's just a little bit. I think we were going a little aggressive with the size there.
Sunk like a brick.
That was actually the worst one. Old Magic Fingers Vinny over there did one before we started rolling.
And it worked.
And it floated like a raft. Vinny, maybe we'll switch real quick.
Here we go.
Yeah, see? Floating.
Oh.
Float. So
Well,
we can
enough
go
of this.
ahead and
Let's
add
get rid
that.
of this.
Yeah, really. We're going to add 25% by weight starter. So with 1,000 grams of flour, it's pretty easy, 250 of starter.
Right. And that's all we'll need. What happened? Did
Right.
you double wrap this?
You did it.
Oh.
Oh wait, 200. I misspoke. I think today we're going to go 200, so it'll be a bit of a slower fermentation. No, the less starter, the longer it'll take to ferment.
So why don't we add more?
Because you don't always want,
rush it?
you don't want it to go faster necessarily, because you want flavor development.
Right. Time is flavor.
Time equals flavor.
I might need a bigger bowl. Oh, 200 on the dot, Vinny. So this we're going to add to this.
Yep. And there's a special way to incorporate it, which I'll show
Oh.
you. So I learned this on the internet because I've done a lot of Googling about bread. We pinch it in.
Oh, pinchy.
So, like this. So this is where you're really going to kind of get in there.
To get
Sprinkle
the
this
air
on
out,
there.
probably.
And then that water goes on top. And this just makes it easier to mix that salt in.
Oh, wow.
Use
Everything
kosher
really
salt,
changed.
sea salt, yeah. The salt changes the texture like crazy. It becomes much more elastic. Have you done this before, Brad?
Right.
Done what before?
Made bread dough.
So it probably will
No.
kill
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the
Well,
yeast
there
if you
was
add
that
too
time
much
we
of
shot
it.
the
Actually,
entire
yeah, a couple
episode. Okay, so we don't even know how many hours it's been. We lost count. What do you think?
I think it's great.
Wait, oh,
I got too much basalt on the butter.
Brad looks like a
butter
pizzeria
is bad.
like.
And we had to
employee.
redo it.
Oh,
There's
okay,
a
sorry.
step
I thought it was the
called
same.
slap and fold. This is something that
It's
not
Burning my hands a little.
is burning your hands.
Slightly.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
So-
It shouldn't. Do you want to wash them?
No, it's not bad. I think maybe
Okay.
it's just a, I don't know.
All right. Well, I never had that happen to me before.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I'm sure you're fine. So you're basically
Oh, I
going to
remember.
pick up the dough in one fell swoop and slam it back on the surface. And as you slam
Nice.
it,
You fold it
kind
onto
of
itself,
let it fold onto itself. Yeah.
and you want to hit
Good at
it,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Like you want
that's
a
a
little,
good sound.
little whack-a-tow.
Like a Dow.
So you don't have to go too overboard on this
Am
with
I?
slap and fold. No, keep going. But what I look for in this step is the dough definitely is less slack, so it holds its shape a little better. It doesn't look
All
like a
this
huge
for
amount of dough,
sourdough?
but we're going to get two
Jeez.
pretty nice sized loaves out of this. So that gives you an indication
To
of.
bull.
I don't think we're going to do boules.
I don't
this
even know if
time,
it's
not like
worth it
last
for
time.
sourdough.
I'll
I
I'll
like
show you a different
sourdough,
shape.
but I
A little
would
more of like a football shape.
Oh, right in time for the old.
I would rather do like honey wheat or something.
Sunday.
Yeah, right.
Aren't we not allowed to
talking
say?
real time.
We're not allowed to say. It's
Are you serious?
time for the big game on Sunday.
Oh,
One
she
thing
can't
I
say
learned from
Super
the last
Bowl.
time we shot this video, we had Francisco Magoya
Francisco.
from Modernist Bread come in. He recommends proofing your bread in a box like this, something with even lower sides, and giving it a little coat
He's
of
going
oil.
ham on
so we're
that.
gonna go just straight into here.
Right in there, one big
Yep.
ball?
Yep. So we have it in this box for proofing, and we are entering the phase of the process called bulk fermentation. So we're going to basically let the dough ferment. And to do that, it likes a warm place. So we, in the test kitchen, have these electric ovens on the wall that have a proof setting, which puts them at 85 Fahrenheit, which is a pretty good temp for this dough. So we want to cover this. We don't want the dough
Apologies.
to form a skin. If it's exposed to air, it'll get a little bit of a skin. And then every 30 minutes, we'll come back and give the dough a series of folds.
Ad time. Ad break. You have to go to the bathroom. Now's the time to do it. Do. Again, I wouldn't do this much work for sourdough.
So we're right. You're gonna do some folds. I'm gonna oil your hands, which will make it easier for you.
All right, rock and roll.
You guys, I'm pouring oil on Brad.
This is great.
So
A
then,
little more. My dry skin soaked all that right in.
okay, there you go. Scoop your hands beneath the dough.
This way?
Yeah, that way, and then gently lift it up. It'll be very, very slack, and then kind of fold it back on itself.
It's like taffy.
Like,
Yep, just like that. So this stretching technique helps to reform those gluten chains and strengthen the dough. So we're giving the dough
Wow.
structure by doing this. We just want to make sure that we're not degassing it as
Beating
we,
the hell out.
yeah. And then you can turn this and give it maybe another fold. And you can see that that fold really does change the texture of the dough.
all right, so we'll wrap this, throw this back in, and we'll do this again in another half an hour.
Okay. I got my emergency.
We're gonna be doing this several more times. Oh yeah, we got some little more big bubblage.
Got bubbles?
Oil me.
That's good. That's good.
Ew.
We're trying.
We maybe need.
All right, we're trying. I got a hole here.
Okay.
One shot, one kill here. Tom Berenger from Sniper, Vinny. I'm assuming you haven't watched it yet. Great movie.
I haven't seen that one.
What? You guys all have homework assignments this weekend.
Yeah, it's a dude movie.
So we did about 75 turns. No. So that was about what 4 hours worth of turns every half an hour.
Yeah.
About 8 turns.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this stage is the shaping stage where we're gonna set it up in some baskets. So we give this a little dusting of flour.
Oh.
Be pretty generous because the dough is very wet and it will hydrate
I
through
want
the
to
flour.
so fun.
And we don't want it to stick.
No, we don't want that at all. This is pretty satisfying to
Yeah,
do.
it's fun, right? Vinny, can you hand me a bench scraper?
Probably, wonder if that was like Delaney or something.
That bench scraper. Okay, thanks.
Well, you want flex so you can get in there. Metal's stiff. Vinny.
Yeah. Well, in this stage, we're just gonna cut the dough in half, so like metal would work. But this is just I'm accustomed to this.
Yeah. Coming out like the blob. Oh.
You just have to be decisive. The more you fuss with it, the messier and worse it's gonna be. So
Strike with confidence.
exactly. So you just kind of.
All right. Yeah. Get there.
So this is kind of known as pre-shaping, kind of getting the dough into a little circle. And now what we want to do is cover it with a little bit of flour and cover it and let it rest because we just stretched
Again.
a lot of that
Okay.
gluten.
Let it chill out.
So this just takes 10 minutes. We just kind of let it relax. For this stage, we just cover it with a clean towel, which this is not clean. So hold on. Stand by.
Dropping like flies down here, man.
I need some more coffee.
Molly had to go home in the ambulance.
Ambulance.
I'm not going to say anything.
What?
Nothing.
Did you touch it?
No.
Here.
Thank
Clean.
you. Okay, so now 10 minutes. That's all it takes.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Yeah, something like that.
In the words of Brad.
Brad, to you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Vince. So it's been about 10 minutes.
There are people 1,000 times better at this than I am because they do it like 500 times a day.
That's kind of the theme of this entire show. So.
Okay, great. So I'm going to flip it away from me. So that's why I'm flouring this
Coming at you, Vinny.
part of the board. And then I kind of gently tug to flatten it out. And this side is not floured. I don't want it to flour this side because I want the dough to stick to itself. Fold up the bottom. I fold in the sides.
It's like a shirt.
Tug the top out a little bit and fold that over. So this act called stitching, you are stretching the gluten over itself and let it rest on the seam side. So the
Golly.
seam seals. So that only takes a couple minutes to seal, and then we take our
Well, that
basket.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great. Now we have to flip it over back into the basket. Seam,
So wait, this
seam
is
side up.
Seam side up.
Yeah. Seam side. Because this
Didn't
is
see that coming.
this is the top of the dough. Yeah.
Okay, so the top's going down.
Yeah. So this,
Okay, that-
again,
Text.
this part is one of those things where it's best just to move
Sorry.
quickly.
Boom.
No, other way. Oh.
Oh no.
Take it out. Take it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no no.
Oh.
Why can't we just do that?
It's not gonna look as good. No, you gotta. You
Oh
gotta reach.
no, Claire.
Here, I have an idea.
Oh, it's a
Flip
shame.
it into my hands.
This is terrible.
Turn it back over. Turn it back over. More flour.
This is not funny.
More flour.
Great. Mine was looking great.
It'll be fine. Here, I'm gonna turn it back over, and we're gonna
Oh
do a little
no.
more. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm basically just going to.
Redo it. We're cheating. Trapping more.
No, that's okay. So now, once it's in the basket, I want to just put a little more flour on top.
My camera's
All
light
right,
is
seam
blinking.
side, seam side up.
Hold on. My camera light is blinking. Battery is okay. Apologies, I'm not sure why it's doing that, but I think I'm okay. Maybe it's been blinking the whole time. I just haven't seen it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, what the hell?
So that's okay. It's because there's flour on it. Here, we'll just.
Well, it'll just be unique. So no.
I'm gonna do a little stitching.
Oh, mine's gonna be the ugly duckling.
No, it's gonna look great.
Yeah, it'd be great. A freaking Frankenstein.
All right, Brad.
Yeah, let's cover it up with flour as fast as we can. All right, it's gonna be
Okay.
fine.
It's like
Yeah.
frosting.
And this is the bottom anyway.
It's the bottom.
Oh, that's not a
So
big
at this
deal.
point, the yeast has basically done everything it will do. So there's not going to be a whole lot of production of gas. But letting it ferment longer in a cold environment will improve flavor.
All right, we're gonna pop these in the old refrigerator, and we'll come back tomorrow. I'll preheat the oven, and we'll be baking some bread. It's gonna be great. Thanks, Claire.
Baking some
Brad.
It's a lot of
bread.
fun. What's up, Mr. Knowlton?
I'm just waiting to cut.
Oh, I thought you had a question for us.
And cut.
Turning off my mic now.
Claire's over it.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Who wants to go home?
Brad, it's me, Claire.
It's making me a little
Espresso, probably.
All right, Vincenzo, so we're back here, day 3. Claire got sick last night. She ain't feeling so well.
Because she was
ain't eating
drinking the
fermented garlic.
emergency.
I really feel like I have a fever.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
I really don't feel well.
I feel great. Me and Vincenzo here. We're going to finish this up ourselves.
me.
So let's go get the dough there, Vinny. Hopefully we don't screw this up.
I feel
Vinny.
great.
Basket. Okay, flour tops and bottoms, and you bang them out. I got my little cheat sheet here from Claire, too. Just so you know. Vinny, I was going to keep that to myself, but what I did was I cut out some parchment paper about the size of the Dutch ovens we're going to be baking in. And what we're going to do is put this on the piece of paper, get it with some nice flour, flour that up nice, because we don't want the bread to stick to that too much. And I like a little floury bottom, you know what I mean, Vinny? So I preheated the Dutch ovens because you want to get them real hot. I mean, I put them in there for an hour, and that'll help build a real nice crust that you get on the bottom there. Oh, let me throw one of them back in the fridge because when it's cold, it's going to be easier to handle. So keep it in the fridge till you're ready to rock and roll. Hot, don't worry, I got the door, Vinny. Boom, landing zone. Flour on the top and tap out. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. And then you tap it out on here. So I think we're just going to do a little whoo. Okay. Nice. You get that, Vinny? Now we're going to cut it here. We got this little tool. It's called a lame. It's spelled lame, L-A-M-E, but the French lame. So
Lame.
what you do is that's for scoring the bread. We're going to do just
it's like
one.
La
Ooh.
Fitness.
Nice little score. And you know what? We'll
Actually,
do a
LA
little
Fitness.
Ha, 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 ha. Why not? You just want you got one shot, one kill here. Right? You're going to keep the parchment on and just go right in. Ready, Vinny? Boom, that's it, baby. And then we put the lid on. 15 minutes with the lid on, then we're going to come back.
Baking
We'll take
bread
the
in a
lid
Dutch
off,
oven?
and then it bakes for another
That's wild.
30 to 40 minutes. You want to cook
like a
with
waste.
that lid on, and that's what's going to trap all the steam and help get that nice, shiny, crisp, bubbly crust on the outside. Let's do loaf number 2, shall we? Oh, there's old Frankenstein. There's the old ugly duckling. It's all right. You're beautiful, baby.
Nice.
Boom. Looks like ricotta, right? What would Claire do?
What an
We'll
edit.
do one a little deeper. Boop. There you go. Feel better, Claire. Now let's throw it in the pan. You get one shot is what Claire was telling me. Oh, that's very hot. One shot, one kill. Oh. And you want to just have it right in the middle of the... Oh, Vinny, help me. Help me, please, Vinny.
Ooh.
Not on the bottom of the oven. Right in the middle. I mean, it's a big Dutch oven, so we can only...
Does it matter though? It's a Dutch oven. It's welcome back.
Time. Go ahead, Andy. Andy, you like bread? So now we're just going to take the lid off, let it continue to bake for 30 to 40 minutes. Let's see what she looks like. Oh yeah, steam.
Okay, so I know why I was blinking the camera because the memory card was too full. Now I know not to let that get too filled up. But luckily, we're going to jump back to the video.
Oh, look at that friggin' one. That one's got to be mine. It is, actually, wasn't it? So, yeah, now we're going to wait 30 minutes on that one. And we'll check back, huh, Minnie? Cut the music. Ooh, looks like bread. Look at that son of a gun.
The music.
Scoochy scooch. Ooh. Oh yeah, bottom, nice. If I remember correctly, Claire and some of the other bread folks were telling me, I mean, it's a little hot now to be handling, but you can give it a little knock, and if it sounds hollow, I think that means that like the bread inside is cooked and set. Oh,
Interesting.
You hear that, Vinny? Sounds like your cabeza. Sounds good to me. All right,
Yeah, it
let's
sounds
check on
hollow.
loaf number 2.
Because there's more air pockets in there, I think, because it's all
we
the
got
air.
score job. I know it's tempting. I'm
That's
like, oh my God, I want
nice.
to cut into this. What I've been told is that you really want to let it rest. So we're gonna let these sit for about 2
All
hours.
food
Vinny. I should have
much
cut
has to rest.
your scores a little deeper.
Vinny, are you recording? I can't see now.
Okay, hold on.
Will you FaceTime me back when you cut into it?
Yeah, we're rolling right now. We just wanted to say thank you for all your help,
Right now.
and that we hope that you feel better.
Okay, thanks.
And thank you for showing us your sourdough bread making ways, Claire.
I'm so proud of you, Brett.
Thank you, Claire. It means the world. We'll see you on Monday. Drink lots of water and eat garlic.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
So our bread has rested for several hours.
Bread's wholesome.
Here's a moment of truth, huh, Vincenzo? So we're going to cut this bad boy open. Which one do you think? Let's do mine. Old Frankenstein. Cyclops.
Ah,
The bread clops, Vinny. All right, it's
Bread
done.
clops.
All right, ready? We're going to cut this, Vinny. This is it.
all this for sourdough.
You ready for this,
I
babe?
can't believe it.
And this is the one Claire made. Let's see. I'm sure it's just as good.
Well, it's probably better.
Couldn't have done it without her. Wish she was here, but yeah, I mean, it's nice, but it's not as nice. It's fine. It's fine. I learned everything I learned from Claire. It's fine. She basically made it. Not so bad, huh, Vinny?
Make me hate it.
Yeah, we're gonna try it. You want to try it now, Vinny?
Where's the butter?
I got the butter. Everyone just
The butter.
relax. All right, first slice, Vinny. Ready?
What's a good topping
Claire,
for
this one's for
sourdough?
you. Here, cut this one.
Just so we could do it forever. But
Cut it all the way through.
oh.
All right, Andy. Thanks for stopping by.
Restaurant slice.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, yeah, what am I gonna do with that? Or am I putting that on you?
Okay, so that was Andy cutting it.
Someone ordering zuppa de peche. This is if I was cutting a piece for myself, I would. It's like a bread steak. It's got some nice stretch to it, like gluten formation that we were talking about when we made the dough. Tangy, a little salty.
Salty.
Doesn't even need butter, but don't hurt nothing. Took us 3 days to make it.
Warm
in
butter
like,
does not-
30
or
hours. I
warm-
don't know how bread doesn't cost.
Warm bread does not need
$35.
anything on it.
They're
No
good?
butter,
All
jam.
right, so that's it, man. Sourdough. Claire, wish you were here, but thank you for showing us the ways and sharing your
force.
knowledge. And, you know, that's what fermentation and cooking's all about. So get out there, get a starter from a friend, make one from the air, bake some bread, and then eat it with your friends. Bon appetit, Vinny. We got bread to eat.
Excellent. That is enough for one day, I think, for what's on. Again, post in the comments what you want me to watch. More Bon Appetit. Anything, really. I'll watch whatever. You know how it goes. Until next time, we'll see what's on. Bye.